Senator Menendez, you're recognized.
Mr. Chairman, I appreciate my colleague from Alaska's comments. I had the privilege of serving with him here. But when you create the manure, you have to walk in it. So let me just say that the reality is that middle-class families in New Jersey, they know that this is a big, fat, wet kiss to corporations, including corporations that are foreign corporations, at the expense of working middle-class families that are left behind. And referring to the bills as we know them, because I don't know what bill you've negotiated, but referring to the bills as passed, at least, 96% of families making under $10,000 per year in 2019, that bill will either raise taxes on them or keep them the same. But in contrast, it would provide at least $500 tax cut to over 80% of those who make over $1 million per year. So the single mom working full-time in a low-paying job, earning less than $10,000 per year, they may very well see their taxes go up or stay the same. But for the incredibly fortunate few, making over $1 million per year, over 80% of them are going to see a $500 tax cut at a minimum. Look at the state and local tax deduction, which 1.8 million New Jerseyans, a full 40% of my state, uses to avoid being double taxed on the same dollar, deducting a total of $32 billion. Do the House and Senate bills preserve the state and local tax deductions for corporations? Yes. Do the House and Senate bills preserve the state and local taxes for individuals and families? No. So to me, this perfectly encapsulates the warped sense of priorities this bill promotes. Whenever there was a decision, whatever trade-offs needed to be made, corporations always won and the middle class always lost. And we're trying to decide between corporations losing the SALT deduction or middle-class families losing it. They put corporations ahead of people. I don't see that as pro-growth. And only in Washington does expiring, vanishing, individual limited tax cuts to fund permanent corporate tax cuts is viewed as helping the middle class. And only in Washington is raising the debt by $1.5 to $2.3 trillion when you add interest is a view as to how we create economic growth, when that will ultimately be used to go after the very programs that the middle class depend upon, to have their parents in a nursing home, to take care of the seniors who help build families and communities, for those who are disabled in their families, and which we see the Speaker has already said that's priority number one next year. That's what we're going to use the $1.5 trillion added to the debt already. That, in my mind, is not a pro-growth strategy. And for all my friends that I've listened to for the better part of 25 years being chicken hawks, well, I mean, deficit hawks, they've become chicken hawks. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Gentleman's time has expired. Mr. Upton, you recognize.